Yes.
Vote is 8 yes, 0 no.
Vote is 8 yes, 0 no.
Thank you. Mr. Moore, I just have a few quick questions because I know with our timing. And I'm going to be nice to you because before, if I said that, how you were just talking, I would have been thrown out. Okay? So, I've been asking for the ARPA, and we need to have this to be, and Mr. Edwards for you too, to be transparent, and Mr. Ed for you too, because it's just really simple. People want to know where the money is spent, and that's just the basic question, and residents deserve to know. They deserve to know. So if we can have how it's spent, I didn't get the report. Councilwoman Winfrey Carter didn't get it, and
You can have this one after the meeting.
I don't have that, Mr.
I know, I can give you this to you. right
Yeah,
after.
yeah, if you could get that, so, because that's what we've been asking for. And I know when I send mine to the clerk, and the clerk will send it, and I've been asking for over a year. I've been asking since 2023 December, when 5 of these council members voted to put $40 million for safekeeping in the general fund, and now the ad hoc committee got questions. So I would like to have, and that would be the dashboard. Who has access to the dashboard? Because we don't, and the ad hoc committee stated they don't. So who has access to the dashboard? Is it just finance?
Finance does have access to it, but there are other people that have access. I don't know who determines that.
You don't know who? Mr. Edwards, who has access to the dashboard, sir? Would it be your finance and your top administrators? And
As I stated before, the dashboard was just a tool to work through this process. So just like anything, any internal tool that we use to just make sure the real document with the proper information is this report that's turned into the federal government.
okay, so we don't have that real document that's turned into the federal government. And is it a prerequisite? I'm not going to the mayor's office down there to,
I'm saying
yeah,
we
if
can
you,
have this copy.
yeah, I mean, we all need a copy.
We'll get you-
Yeah, if you,
we can go
yeah,
get those.
if you could please do that. And so where we're asking for is transparent. How much was allocated, Mr. Moore? Can you get us how much is allocated and who is allocated to? I mean,
Yes, we can.
can we
provide
do that? Is
would
that in
be-
that report?
This would have all that,
Who it's allocated to?
yes.
Okay, and the 287 fund, which was the original fund that it came into, you say, is it 6 million in there? And maybe we need to you need to do an ARPA presentation, because this is just, to me, at a point, because it's causing further division.
Yeah.
There are basic questions with the ARPA. Is it possible for you to give a presentation to show us in categories where everything was spent, so we're presenting it to the public in a transparent way? And that would be the entities, the names, and also the interest, how much we got in interest, because this was supposed to be to help our community. And people keep saying it's not the people's money, but if you live in Flint, it should affect your life, and you're a resident. So we can get that. And are you still meeting with the ARPA committee or just with Councilwoman Priestley?
The ARPA committee, they're,
The ad hoc committee? Because we still have ARPA money. Are you meeting with the ad hoc committee?
that has pretty much,
What, y'all never have?
no,
So who was in the ad hoc committee? Who did you, yeah, but who would, when they would go to, who were y'all meeting with?
So, on the request from Dr. Lewis and myself, who were on the ARPA committee, we still have a standing meeting with the mayor every Wednesday. I meet with him, Dr. Lewis does not.
Yeah, so, and then the ARPA, the ad hoc committee is supposed to come and share what is learned in the meeting with the mayor. So you're not, how you not invited to the meeting? You the numbers guy. I mean, that's the meeting. You need to be in that meeting. If ain't nobody else in that meeting, Mr. Moore, you need to be in that meeting because you're the chief, the CFO, chief finance officer. How y'all in a meeting without the guy with the numbers?
I
Request for
have,
information.
I attend at least 2 meetings.
Did you know that wasn't an ARPA meeting? That was just a general leadership meeting. So it wasn't, that wasn't, oh, that was ARPA?
Started out as ARPA, yep, then it turned into different, but that's what it was.
See, this,
Oh, well,
yeah.
that's just why I don't go, right? Okay.
Right, well, Councilwoman Lewis says she doesn't go because she don't know basically what meeting that it's different when we all working for the people now, and I appreciate this because it should have been this way all along. So if you can, is it something that you can do to present, this is a mess. You know, when they don't even know which meeting they were in, and you should be in that's your job. And I'm not mad at you, because they should have told you to be, the mayor should have told you to be there, or Mr. Edwards. Mr. Edwards, is it a reason why Mr. Moore wasn't in the meetings? Okay, this is in, let me say this, and no, Candace, I know you cheering from the side, because that's what you do every meeting. Is it possible for you, so we can have some transparency, Mr. Edwards, that Mr. Moore can prepare a presentation on ARPA? Is that something that's possible? Because if, is that possible? So through a referral through you, Madam Chair, to the city clerk, that Mr. Moore prepare 30-minute presentation, is that okay? Because you giving us figures on a paper, we need to know your figures.
Okay.
And when things are it's allocated, we need visual. I'm visual.
Okay.
Because they weren't invited. You wasn't in the meetings where they were doing the ad hoc committee. So if we can do that, and we could have the interest what you spent, is it easier for you to do quarterly? The
Quarterly's
money
much
came
easier.
in, I think, May 2020. Is it easier? I'm sorry, I'll wait for Mr. Taylor. Mr. Taylor, did you need the podium at all?
It's easier to do it quarterly, because that's the way we report to the federal government.
Okay, so is this also with the spreadsheets we used to get?
Yes, and the other thing about getting the quarterly reports is that's
RL,
also reviewed
this is
by
your
Ernst
warning.
& Young before it's submitted. So it has had a review besides just our staff. They're
Okay.
good numbers.
Do we know how many on that report that we now know which, for the allocation, the ARPA committee, which me and Councilman Mays took to court, and it was an illegal meeting, illegal committee, should have never been formed, and we won that one. Then we had the allocations. Do we know how many on those reports that did, because people are still calling saying, no one called me back. You know, I didn't get a call whether I was approved or denied. And that was when we had the portal. Do we know how many?
That's a side of ARPA which I haven't dealt with. That's the program side, and I don't deal with the.
Who does the program side?
That would be the planning and development. Does work.
Is anybody in that department? Didn't they all quit? Okay, so if you can prepare a meeting, Mr. Edwards, and we got a referral, and we could have the department. Mr. Edwards, are you planning and development now? Who's in planning and development over that? Because I think are you over that department now, Mr. Edwards?
No, we have two deputies that operate.
Who are they?
Rod Slaughter and Montel Menifee.
Montel was over marijuana.
Yeah, Montel was elevated to handle.
So does he do the marijuana
zoning,
and
ordinance,
planning?
He's doing zoning.
Jesus Christ, he got as many jobs as you got now. Okay.
So he's busy. He is
Okay,
busy.
he's busy, because I wondered that night he was here late. Can you have the departments where we'll have questions so that we can have all of these questions answered? And if we can put this, we're loading up, can you have it done by Monday, Mr. Moore?
Monday would be very tough.
Not convenient time? So when is a good time do we need, look, we can do a special meeting. She don't want to do a special meeting? So 2 weeks?
Our next finance committee is April 8th.
Okay, so 2 weeks, is that enough time to
That's
prepare?
realistic.
And, Okay. I don't know how we don't be nowhere prepared. This stuff is in computers. I mean, I'm just saying, you get on there, you download, you print the report. You got the report. All we need you to do is explain. I don't personally feel you think you need 2 weeks. Not on you, because you know, I know you, I read your resume.
But the problem is, there's no way I can get it done by Monday. 'Cause
Okay,
I know
let's
what
do
the
it
schedule's
2
like
weeks.
this week.
We'll keep it in committee, and if Mr. Edwards would have the proper support from staff to be able to answer the questions, because we know the ad hoc committee said them was general meetings, and you weren't in those meetings. So, well, they had a discussion, they said it was true, they were on the ad hoc committee. So, if we can have, that way we can find out, because I'm concerned about, and did we ever get also, whether it's general funds to you, Madam Chair, to the city attorney, whether ARPA funds, once we allocated, well, I didn't put it in the ARPA category of the 40 million, because we now know it's problems with it. Did we ever find the answer out? Are those general funds, are they still considered ARPA funds? Because that held up the market. Did we ever get, you were speaking with Ernst & Young that Tuesday.
Yes, there are funds in the general fund that are designated as ARPA that are tracked as ARPA dollars. So yes,
So the resolutions still need to state ARPA on them when we're spending them, or no?
if they were allocated that way, yes.
Okay, so thank you for the clarity on that.
You're welcome.
And then I guess we need to bring back the market also. I don't know who put that on there. Now that she's given us our legal one, we can have it put back on there. Well, so next committee, if you could have your report, and if you can have something visual too, so that the audience or the residents who are here can see for the next meeting, and we can have the support staff so we can all be on the same page. I appreciate your time, Mr. Moore. Thank you. I yield the floor.
Thank you. Is there anyone else?
Yes,
ahead.
Madam Chair. Also, Mr. Moore, can you make sure, or Mr. Edwards, can you make sure that each council member get the report? Okay?
I will give the reports to Davina, and Davina will
I
distribute
mean,
them
I know Judy, I heard Judy say that she got a report,
to.
but you know, Judy is not the only council member up here. This council is made up of 9 members.
First meeting in March, second meeting in February, I passed out a copy to every council member, if you were here.
No, can you email it? Is it a report you can email?
I have a couple copies. You can have one. Here.
No, I need it emailed. I need it emailed, and I like to look through reports from my email. I want records. Okay? So if you send it to our clerk, she'll make sure that each member gets a copy. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Any other discussion? Any other discussion? Okay, so this report that I picked up today is actually the one that we received by email, or that you handed out is through December. So everyone who was here did receive a copy of that. Also, I want to talk about, there was some, what's your request?
So we're now in March. You said that one's through December, so can we have it through March?
It's only filed quarterly. This is the quarterly report. This is
Okay.
the federal report.
Hold
that-
on, we still got quarterly. He can't get a year to date still? I mean, that's not, so he would have,
There's no way that
No,
this is done,
that'd be ver-
this is
We
done
work
quarterly.
with E&Y to develop the report, develop everything, so it'd be very difficult to do that on a month-by-month
Should've
basis.
took
But
her butt to the meetings, don't know what was going on. I'm done, mister, thank you.
So,
'Cause she ridiculous.
this report was the one that we were provided with, and during our committee. And I know that Mr. Pfeiffer had asked several questions about the report as he was through it the night that we received it, I think, and again another night. Also, there was discussion that, there was a comment made that the council ARPA committee was never involved in any of the meetings with Ernst & Young, our compliance firm. And we were, in the beginning, we were invited to the meetings, and they were done by Zoom.
There were meetings in 2023,
And those are the ones we
they
were
continued
invited
for
to.
quite some time, but after we went several months and it was just staff, we just consolidated our meetings with just one with the staff the next, Tuesday.
Request for
said Monday.
information.
What's your request?
Why was the ad hoc committee not invited? Who made that decision to stop the ad hoc committee, you and Councilwoman Lewis? Who made that decision?
I have no idea. I was,
Nobody got an idea about anything.
I stopped attending myself because it really wasn't relevant to what we did. It was more the administrative side rather than the council side. So I stopped attending myself after several months. But any ways that I do have asked for a legal opinion through our city attorney on our resolution to put the funds in general funds so that there are no more questions, so that we can get a definition of exactly what that resolution was for, what it did, and what the results of it was. And I wanted to let everybody know that I have been concerned about this. I've just addressed it in several meetings with the mayor as well. So the report is difficult to read. I'm not denying that to me, an Excel spreadsheet is much easier to read. But I also understand that this is what is actually filed with the government. Do you know, Mr. Moore, where on our website we can find this report? Because I haven't had fun.
I don't believe it's been loaded up for some time. I don't know the reason why. I can find out.
Yeah, and I did mention that this morning to the mayor when I met with him on my weekly meeting, and said that it's not available. I haven't found it. He said it is. I says it isn't. But if we could find out where that is and share that as well, because I know that there are residents who would like to know as well. I've got one that I'm speaking to on a frequent basis, and she really goes through them with a fine-tooth comb, and she hasn't found them in a while. So if we could find out where those reports are located, then we would have it available electronically whenever we needed to, as well as all of the previous ones. That was one of the things that was supposed to happen, where those reports were supposed to be posted on a quarterly basis when they were filed with the federal government. Another thing that was supposed to happen, which I don't know if the funding was actually available, was to have a dashboard, the dashboard that we've all talked about. And that was supposed to be publicly available, and it really never was. So that's something that's also an issue, I think, with it. But with that, and I took my time, I'm going to close out the special order, and I'll entertain a motion for adjournment. So moved. It's been moved by the councilwoman in the 7th ward. Is there support? Supported by the councilwoman in the 1st ward. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Mr. Jarrett.
Yes.
Mr. Alamin. Yes. Dr. Lewis.
Yes.
Ms. Johnson.
Yes.
Ms. Priestley.
Yes.
Ms. Winfrey Carter is not in. Ms. Burns.
Yes.
Ms. Mashat. Yes. The vote is 7 yes, 0 no.
The vote is 7 yes, 0 no, and we are adjourned at 7:08.
All members who wish to speak at the next meeting, if you have not, all audience members, if you have not had a chance to fill out a speaker slip, go ahead.
What? Oh, thank you. He said me doing my hair. It's going back up when I get a moment. I swear it's going back up. Well, thank you, but it's going back up. Look, it was gonna go up yesterday, but I had to be at the hospital with somebody. Liz, it's going back up. Nope. I'd be too busy like to. It's going back up. Well, thank you, but it's cool.
The time is now 7:10 p.m. on Wednesday, March 18th. I hereby call this governmental operations committee meeting to order. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Don't forget, now you're chairing your meeting.
Mr. Alamin? Dr. Lewis?
Present.
Ms. Johnson?
Present.
Ms. Priestley? Ms. Winfrey Carter?
Present.
Ms. Burns?
Present.
Excuse me, Ms. Mashat?
Present.
Mr. Pfeiffer is not in. Mr. Jarrett?
Present.
You have 8 members present.
We have 8 members present. It is now time for the reading of the disorderly person city code subsection. Any person that persists in disrupting this meeting will be in violation of Flint City Code Section 31-10, disorderly conduct, assault and battery, and disorderly persons, and will be subject to arrest for a misdemeanor. Any person who prevents the peaceful and orderly conduct of any meeting will be given 1 warning. If they persist in disrupting the meeting, that individual will be subject to arrest. Violators will be removed from the meetings. Are there any requests for agenda changes and/or additions? Seeing as how there are no requests for agenda changes and/or additions, it is now time for public comment. Members of the public who wish to address the City Council or its committees must register before the meeting begins. A box was placed at the entrance to the council chambers for collection of registrations. No additional speakers or slips will be accepted after the meeting begins. Members of the public shall have no more than 3 minutes per speaker during public comment, with only 1 speaking opportunity per speaker. First public speaker, Madam Clerk.
First speaker is Michael Clack.
I believe he left.
John McFadden,
I believe he left.
R.L. Mitchell.
Hello, City Council. My name is R.L. Mitchell. How about that? Well, anyway, about this situation, about dashboard situation, I want you to know, as the people, Mays Service Center is not a 1.0 money pot like Auto World. Mays Center is supposed to take care of the people, we the people. And Miss Priestley always throwing up her hand like she ruling the whole Flint. Talking about she used to go to the meeting, but she don't know to give we the people's information. Her and Dr. Lewis, look at her, empty from her seat now, frowning up, making them faces and stuff. She must have needs some extra because she ain't came out in the back of the room yet. I mean, anyway, like I say, we the people we want the attorney to keep on speaking up for us, but because we got 2 interpreters. Every time the mayor make an address the people of Flint, it take $38,000 for 2 interpreters to the peoples. It's only 5 minutes away, down over on Court Street, and we should have a problem to come in. They should come up here. We can hire 1 interpreter lady, and she can get all that money. Like it's broke. We the people in Flint. This is a college town. It's been a college town ever since Mike gave his potato farm to we the people to build a college on his potato patch garden. And we, in the peoples of New York, we got deep pockets thanks to Mr. Mott, the first mayor of Flint, Michigan. And you in New York always getting the Democrats beat up. I saw a disturbing act on TV this morning, a special bulletin, that the Republican beat up the Democrat and broke 6 ribs, and he just now mentioned it on national TV, and he's trying to run for the main leader who called the shot, frowning up on national TV, and trying to put Donald Trump on notice on national TV while Trump's still doing his job over there. Him in Israel done killed 850 people last night, and he just announced it on the, and the two FBIs got in the way and lost their life, American FBIs, and that's what they get for trying to interrupt the president plan with NATO. And you know President Trump represents like George Washington. He supposed to have been dead, but the bullets wouldn't go through him. George Washington had no bullets. Read the history. You don't want to teach the kids the real history of the United States no more. But Jasmine bringing her son here, and he gonna learn the whole poppycock of this United States. Where the boy at now? He must have done got trapped in the bathroom, fell down a rat. Anyway, stay tuned, America. We the people of Flintstone gonna settle this tonight.
Okay, David Peachy is not in. Darrell Brown is not in. Arthur Woodson. I'm sorry, Mr. Peachy.
I'm just looking for a little clarification from Priestley. When I brought it up about what these safety officers do, she said they put orange stickers on cars. Is about it? Is that all it is? In my neighborhood, we've had houses over there that's been burnt right to the ground for 4 years. I brought this to Priestley's attention. I got on my photo, on my phone, I got all the pictures where tires that they've dumped in all these vacant properties, just dumped them. And I called her about, oh, well, we'll get that. She never gets them. There's so much, don't do that, because I'll take these people over there and show them everyone I'm talking about. And I got pictures on my phone, I'll show them. And I got it dated. Don't shake your head at me, I know what I'm talking about. You drive through every once in a while. Them 2 trailers you're talking about, one of them is on private property, you better watch it. Yeah, well, you said 2 earlier. Now the one they just brought in a week ago, I don't know what it's doing, but it's on Land Bank's property. And when I call the Land Bank, tell you, well, that's Land Bank, I can't do nothing about it. That's what the guy in the white truck says. But all of a sudden, you can do something about it. I'm just disgusted. The house across the street from me right now they've taken all the aluminum siding off it in the last week. Now they're taking the fence around. I called 911, that's not their job. Nobody's around there. Take them safety officers and put them on a night shift, and I'll bet you they'll retire real quick, because they don't really do anything during the day. What do you pay them an hour? How many hours a week do they get paid? This is just ridiculous. When I see so many things that are going wrong, and these guys driving around, they must be related to you or somebody else. They have to know somebody to get a job like that. They just don't get it by putting an application in. I'm just tired of it. And if you people don't believe me, I got pictures I'll show you. Everyone, they ain't paying attention.
Thank you. Next public speaker, Madam Clerk.
Next speaker is Arthur Woodson.
Last week, I spoke about the lead in homes. I had reached out to Ms. Shelley to speak to her before I put it out on my Facebook page. I just spoke to her earlier, and one of the things that was discussed with she and I and Mr. Carpenter that I didn't know at the time is that it's 2 different programs. You have a HUD and you have a state. You have federal and state. And the one that they were using was the federal. And like she said, they get different pockets of money. So what I'm basically saying is I didn't have all the information at the time. So we did agree on some things and we disagreed on some things also. So I'd like to sit down with her and discuss it some more. With the other special discussion, which is the testing. The testing, I do appreciate the testing in that area, but it needs to be expanded. It needs to go further up Brownell to Ballinger, because that was a hot
Point of
spot.
order. I can't hear Mr. Woodson speak as you guys are speaking.
What's your point of order, Councilwoman Priestley?
Disrespecting the person speaking as additional discussions are occurring during the public speaking.
Right. So here's the thing. No one's disrespecting the speaker. We appreciate you listening intently. You kind of keep your focus on the speaker. We're actually trying to figure out something that's going to happen next, and it's important that we do. Thank you. Continue.
Point of order.
What is your point?
However, when the discussion is interrupting and hearing overpowering the discussion of our constituent, then it does interfere. Thank you.
That is an improper point. Continue.
That was a hot spot, from Brownell all the way up to Ballinger. A lot of cancers is in that area. Me, myself, I feel that as having a water lab here in the city, putting aside all personal gripes and beefs and all this, I still feel that the water lab should be used, and to get the money, you should use MDHHS because they tested the secondary water supply 4 times. And they did look for all the different things in the water that you are looking for. So using the water lab and MDHHS, reach out to them. If you need me to call them and ask them to come here to council, I will. But we do need this type of testing over in that area so that we can see if our water is safe in that area. It's not hard to do. We can, if council vote on it and ask MDHHS to come here and do that, we will. I mean, they will. So team up with the water lab.
Thank you. Next public speaker, Madam Clerk.
The next speaker is Beverly Biggs Levy. Okay, she's going to pass. The next speaker is Rich Jones.
How y'all doing today? I was listening before I came up here, and Ms. Levy brought up something as far as the dumping on Philadelphia Street, and Ms. LaShawn also mentioned something. That's something I've been talking about for years. It's a problem between the city of Flint and Land Bank and the garbage company when it comes to picking up certain piles of trash. Something got to be done far as a conversation needs to be held, because at the end of the day, you're going to constantly have conversations like the one that was held earlier today. And it's plenty of other places in every ward that's starting to stack up, especially the second ward. And I'm quite sure that the second ward that has most of the dumping problem used to be the third ward before this boundary, the city was cut up. And I'm talking about that area over there in Rankin. And also, you're starting to get stuff, and this is on the curve. It's on the curve. This stuff that I'm talking about is on the curve. A dumping is developing on McClellan Street. Russell Street is always something to pick up on there. There's always something on garbage day getting around by there. So it got to be some kind of agreement made between the city of Flint, Blight Department, and the garbage contract, which we pay, because we're paying the Blight Department and we're paying a garbage company and we're not getting our trash picked up. And then you want to add in the dumping, that's a whole nother conversation. But it can be a lot better if we just got everything that put on the curve picked up. So, like I said before, y'all coming to the end, do something for the people on y'all way out. Be creative with the pen. Write up some kind of legislation that will get everything on our curves picked up on garbage day. And let's do that month cleanup. Thank you.
Thank you. Next public speaker, Madam Clerk.
The final speaker for this meeting is Tanya Jones.
Good evening. My name is Tanya Jones. I'll be out here advocating for the homeless and the opioid. First of all, I want to say it's election year. Please, everyone, no matter what, don't be discouraged. Please vote together. We're strong. Flint is not strong, it's broken. That's what I request, please. As a concerned mother, please, we need your vote. Another thing is called Center of Hope. The last day for Center of Hope is the 31st of this month. So the people that we be going out to feed at Center of Hope, they'll be going back out to the streets. So if you guys can come up with some type of plan, you know, to come together or something, to extend something, I don't know, you know, if y'all can just come up. These people are still here. They still need the services. And we can't save them all. You know, we can just get to the ones that we can. The opioid crisis is real. My son is at the house. He's going through withdrawals. And I'm advocating for my son, but what about the people who don't have nobody to advocate for them? So that's all I said, you guys. Opioid crisis is real, homeless is real, and could we come up with a plan? Have a good night.
Thank you. Madam Clerk, you said that that was the final public speaker, correct?
Yes.
It is now time for council response. Council members may respond once to all public speakers, only after all public speakers have spoken. An individual council member's response shall be limited to 2 minutes. Is there anyone who wishes to speak during council response?
Madam Chair.
Councilwoman in the 4th Ward, you have the floor.
I'd like to address some of the concerns that was spoken about. Matter of fact, Mr. Peachy, I did have the property cleaned up as much as I could, the couple of doors down from you. And although there are tires in that basement, the land bank, and it is the land bank property, has stated that per OSHA rules or MIOSHA rules, they are unable to clean that basement out. Also, the house down the street that you told me about with the sides off, I have contacted the land bank at least 5-6 times on that property, and then I drove by it again on Monday, and I saw the roof had caved in. That has also been reported to the land bank and again requested to have that property removed. So I can't tell you how many requests to the land bank I've put in over the last 4.5 years. But it's in the hundreds. The city council does not control the land bank. All we can do is ask, and I do ask, and I call. And I meet with them occasionally down here in, about the demolition program. I've met with them a couple of times down in with them on that, as well as other issues. I have a contact that I speak to specifically for matters in the 4th Ward, and I report things, and it does take him 2 to 3 days before he can even gets back to me. I reported that trailer and the person living in it on Monday. I have not heard back yet, but it was at 5 o'clock that I sent that email, which is when I found out about it. So the land bank is not a good neighbor to this city or any other city it exists in. I want them gone. I am not happy with their results. When I've
Thank you. Is there anyone else who wishes to speak during council response?
Madam Chair.
Councilwoman in the 6th Ward.
Thank you. I have a pretty good relationship with the land bank, and they have a beautification team that has been out in neighborhoods. And so you have to call, send an email, and actually, when you call our blight team, they will often refer those over to the land bank, send you a copy of the email when you are actually proactive. So I don't have that problem. They were cleaning up projects. They are behind abandoned, boarded up homes, and there's a whole beautification team with a garbage truck and some other trucks, and one of those little claw trucks too. So you first, I'm not gonna throw land bank underneath the bus right now. I'm not gonna do that. Not at all. Our unhoused population, thank you to the Color of Law, who was out there feeding people, I believe this Sunday, because you called me. We need a plan. And there was a whole family with a 2-year-old, I believe a 2-year-old and another lady with, I think, 3 or 4 children, who were sleeping at, they said, when I spoke to them, we're sleeping at Presbyterian Church tonight. That's outdoors with children sleeping. That is a problem. And to you, Madam Chair, to the city clerk, as we were having the conversation, and we talked about the referral, we need to add to invite, because the conversations about our ARPA dollars were with the mayor. He needs to be here to answer questions about the ARPA. So would you extend that invitation to Mayor Neely to be here? Because they weren't they don't know what the meetings were for. We got 2 different types of meetings, and if these are ARPA dollars and Councilwoman Priestley was meeting with the mayor, then we need to have Mayor Neal, if he would kindly come so we can ask the question, because no one else was there in those meetings. So we can have that invitation extended to him, because that conversation, we got nowhere with that one, unfortunately. So if we can do that, I would greatly appreciate it, and I yield the floor. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else who wishes to speak during council response?
Madam Chair.
Councilwoman in the 2nd Ward.
All right, thank you. So I just want to say thank you so much to Mr. Jones for pointing out the obvious, the dumping in the 2nd Ward. I ran on cleaning up the city, and I stand on cleaning up the city, and that's why I created the Litter League. And so hopefully we will continue to get in front of that. That was a big reason why I was pushing for us to get the $30,000 that was allocated in the last budget, so I can continue to clean and beautify the 2nd Ward. That includes in partnership with the land bank, because they've been good partners with me. So working with getting the tall grass on the blighted parcels, and just making the houses look a little more appealing, because when you have invested in this city and you are retired, I mean, it's the least we can do is keep your area in decent shape. And so, so that's the whole point for them funds. And the residents, they spoke out and said, we need these funds because we have a rodent issue. So when the grass is high, rodents hide. And so that way was allowing us to, to get in front of that. So I definitely hear you and I understand, and I will continue to search for resources so we can get in front of that. And especially in the new 3rd Ward, because, the new 2nd Ward. Because the new 2nd Ward, I inherited a lot of blighted property. Over there by Industrial, blighted. Over there by the old Swanson Funeral Home, blighted. And so we have to get in front of this. On top of the blighted area that's also in the Sarvis Park and the Civic Park neighborhood, is blighted. So I definitely understand. And again, thank you for your concern. And if you have any other solutions, since the funding was denied you let me know how we can work together to clean up our 2nd Ward. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, is there anyone else who wishes to speak?
Madam Chair.
Councilwoman in the 3rd Ward.
I am out, and I drive all the time, meeting 3rd, 2nd Ward people. 2nd also has a lot of blight, and it has a lot of blight because there are dilapidated homes, abandoned property. The illegal dumping does not come from our residents. It comes from outside forces. I know I make sure that Tilden Street is always clean, but as I leave and go to work or go do something down here at the city, come back, someone has dumped tires they have dumped. So what we do need is cameras around here. We need a lot of cameras, and we need a lot of people to speak up when they are dumping. So we also need everybody in the community to help cut grass. We need to help cut grass and different things like that. I'm gonna get out and cut. My family is gonna get out and cut. We're gonna cut grass this year and make sure we get the, we're gonna work with Land Bank and make sure that we get the grass cut and try to help the neighbors help themselves. So we will be out this year cutting grass, me, my family, and different other people that want to volunteer. We would like for people to volunteer if you could. So thank you again.
Thank you. Is there anyone else who would like to speak during council response? Councilwoman in the
Madam
5th Ward.
Thank you. I do have to say, I've never had problems with Land Bank. When I submit a complaint through their website on any of their properties, they go right out and take care of it. I don't understand what's happening, and then I get a response. They'll send me an email with the response and everything else. So it's just a matter of making sure that Land Bank knows that their property, something is going on with their property. They'll go right out. It may take them a week or so, but you do get a response, and they do track it. You get a tracking of when it was clean and everything. So I would not throw Land Bank under the bus. I think they're doing the best that they can do, as well as what we have. We say that we're doing the best that we can do. So we just need that. We need our blight team to be out. I mean, you know, they did, I guess it was the blight team or the neighborhood safety officers. They were out taking down signs. I thought that maybe they could have used that time to clean up some of the blighted areas in the city, but hey. But, you know, I would not sit here and throw Land Bank under the bus, because, you know, we all have a responsibility, and that is that we can all get, you know, at the end of the day, we can't point it out on one particular entity. We all have a responsibility to clean up this city. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else who wishes to speak during council response? Seeing as how there is no one else who wishes to speak during council response, I will take some time. If I heard correctly, and maybe one of my colleagues know, we had someone who came up and said that Center for Hope was in danger of closing. They close the 31st every year for, just close out winter. Spring hours they don't take in for warming. Okay, so if I understand her comment correctly, then it's just they would need somewhere to go during that time that they normally take someone in for warming. Okay. Okay, thank you. That is very helpful. All right, I will go ahead and yield the rest of my time. I'm gonna move on to the consent agenda. We do not have resolutions and or appointments, but Madam Clerk, does that mean we still have to adopt a consent agenda even though there's nothing to adopt?
No, you do not.
Okay, all right, so then we will move beyond the consent agenda because there aren't any resolutions and or appointments. We'll move on to the special order discussion item. Councilman Pfeiffer, who normally chairs this meeting, he does want to, and I will honor the fact that he wants to leave this discussion item here, and that is 260088, discussion item lead-based paint removal. So what we're going to do is leave this particular discussion item here, per Mr. Pfeiffer's request. However, in the interim, and Councilwoman Priestley, I would hope that you're listening. We do need to honor the fact that she was talking. I didn't want to interrupt her. I do believe that there is someone who is here able to speak to this. So what Councilwoman Burns did request, and I am going to honor, is that in lieu of the discussion item, we allow that person to come up and have 15 minutes to present. There were some pictures given to council, and because she is here and she is here with her baby, so she kind of trekked to council this evening and she sat here with her baby. So I will honor Councilwoman Burns' request for 15 minutes to allow her to come up and discuss the pictures.
Shelley and Slaughter. I don't know if that lady is.
I don't think so. Okay, I'm sorry. Well then, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'll still honor it. The 15-minute discussion, and you wanted who in particular?
It was
Ms. Sparks Green?
Slaughter.
And
Not Slaughter, what's his name? The young man over the lady?
Mr. Carpenter.
Michael Carpenter.
Yes, if you could please join us here. And then,
I don't think this young lady, is she
that's
her?
not her?
No, those are two older ones. Miss Towner isn't here.
They left, okay. Darn it, okay. Well, Mr. Carpenter. Ms. Burns, I will go ahead and let you lead it because I think that you have a better insight. I thought you were requesting for her.
Yeah, I know, I do.
Go ahead.
Hello, Mr. Carpenter, and just for the record, the program that you are over is
The lead program.
the lead-based program?
Yeah, I got 3 grants in there, so it's just the lead program. So anything that has to do with lead normally comes through my office.
Okay, so there were some pictures which were, you gave a folder of pictures, and did you get a chance to email those to the city clerk?
No, not a.
Okay, can you get those to the clerk so that we all have them? Because there were about 40 pictures? 30, 40?
Yeah, it's quite a few.
Yeah, so that we can all have them, because we don't all have them, and we're quickly going through them. I do know that there were some pictures on Mr. Woodson's page and Ms. Towner, and there was another lady that was in here with some questions about the program. Some of the things were, I don't even know how to speak to those. They were concerned, some of the pictures had doors which weren't properly fitted. They claimed that they were used doors. They also stated that I believe a garage was torn down and wasn't supposed to be torn down. There was also painting where a cord was plugged up into the wall, and the cord was plugged up with the electrical plate still over it. Then they showed a doorknob that was painted, looked like it was metal, that it was painted. And so this was originally to be discussed with Councilman Pfeiffer, so it's probably going to be back on. But can you tell us about your pictures that you have?
The pictures I have is the finished product.
The finished product. Those were the finished products?
Correct.
Who inspects the finished product?
The state.
And the state approved what was in that folder?
Correct.
Okay. I'm deeply disturbed by that, because I've seen restoration work and work done, and that is shoddy at best. It's very subpar work, very. And the pictures where, and I can understand people, because one, the program is supposed to be to help our community. And when contractors come into your home to get repairs done, it shouldn't make a difference of what level or income level that you're at. But some of the work here, did you see the ones where the cord was painted over?
That was just the lighting.
That was just the lighting?
Correct.
No, absolutely not. There is a cord that was plugged up and you can see it. That is absolutely not true. And when you come in here with that, that is not true. And when you look at the painting along the baseboards and everything else, I'm embarrassed to say that we have a lead program where lead is in that body and they eat them paint chips that they suffer their whole lives. That work was terrible. It was terrible. And then we had if you go to my Facebook page, go to Mr. Woodson's page, he has about 30 of the pictures that are on there. How they were even taped off wasn't even correct. Who are these contractors that's doing this work? Do you choose them, or who chooses the contractors? I mean, did they go through the bid process?
Correct.
Well, they need to be fired.
They no longer work for the city.
They what?
No longer works for the city.
No, say that again. I'm having.
They do not work for the city.
Oh,
They do
the
not
ones
work
that
here
did
anymore.
that work don't work here anymore.
Correct.
So are we going back to fix the work that was done?
We doing that with all the complaints, correct.
So how many complaints do you have?
Just 2.
Just 2. So who took the lady's bottles and turned them in?
It was one of the contractors that was working for the contractor.
So there was a list, and a very valid list. And what bothers me is these are seniors too, who keep their grandchildren, who will come to the house. And a lot of times you're in a position or you feel a predicament where you're getting something that may not be charged, but you feel like it's going to make it better. And it made it absolutely worse. Absolutely worse. And one of the things I didn't like, and maybe Ms. Sparks Green, you can answer, we were not notified. He said we couldn't know who was getting their homes repaired. Is that true? Yes. And is there a reason why? Because of the HUD specification. Okay, because of HUD. Yep. But when the people are coming here complaining, I mean, what is our process to see? Because that work was beyond bad. And someone should be able to go back to look at these other homes that were done to make sure it was done properly. Because they did more than 1 or 2 houses, I'm sure.
Can I explain?
Yes.
So our program, the lead-based program, we do abatement. Now, there's a difference between the state program and the federal program. So when we go in, we're just really cleaning up the abatement piece. So say if this wall right here is full of lead, but this one isn't, we only work on this wall. And because the houses are older, they have we do a lot of things that are not said as well. So when the houses are older, it's hard to match the paint and things like that. So we're not allowed to try to match the paint. We just got to paint it back white. So you might get $30,000 to $70,000 worth of work done in your house for free, but you still have to go back and paint the wall. So to you, the aesthetics is not good, but the house is safe, and that's our job, is to remove all of the lead from the house. So to you, looking at the pictures like it's a big mess. And I can agree that it sometimes doesn't look as good as it started out, but we are not allowed to do that. We're only allowed to do the side that has the lead on it. So that's the difference between our program and the state. The state program has extra money where they actually remodel.
So what about when they, doing the baseboards and trim molding, and you're only painting out the baseboard and trim molding, and you don't paint the wall?
We can't, because we didn't remove lead from the wall. There was no lead in the wall.
Do residents know before you start?
Yes, ma'am.
I cannot paint your wall and only your trim work, and the trim work paint is sloppy.
Okay.
I mean, it looks, I mean, it's bad because it's not as if when you look at it, it's not a straight line. It's bad.
Right. Now, we've been doing this program for 8 years. We got 2 complaints out of 8 years, but
were those the 2 that were here speaking?
Same house, yeah, it's the same contractor, and so we did remove that contractor. So the thing that I'm saying to you is, we call all the homeowners the houses that are selected, we call them all in, we show them a video of exactly what we're doing. They sign a paper saying, okay, we waive this, we waive that. It's certain things we cannot do with HUD, and so we explain all of that to them. So we do show them a video of what the work is expected and what will be left. And I can agree, that sometimes, it doesn't look as good as it did because we can't try to paint it. We can't try to paint the whole room again.
If you're doing eggshell and you're doing a white, and then one a matte and one is a satin, I mean, you're going to see the difference.
Yes, you are. But when these houses are built in 1967 or 76, however it is, that paint is hard to match. And then you're going to complain if this is gray and this is a lighter gray, or like you said, the matte. And
the whites are way off.
Yeah, and it's hard to match those paints, so that's why we're not allowed to do that. We can only paint with the white. Yes.
So she put on here, bedroom 1, they put in an old dirty door, not new.
No, and that one house where the doorknobs was painted, those was already there when we got there. So the pictures that you have are the before. The pictures you have in that we gave you today are the after.
But we didn't really, I mean, we need them in email.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need them
So
email.
her doorknobs was already
Yeah.
painted before we got there, so, right.
So what about the court, where the court, you see the paint on the court?
But if you look at the picture, that's not there anymore, at the after.
I don't have,
Yeah, those are
yeah,
the ones
yeah.
that we passed around, but we can explain them. But we did have the video that we show the clients here to show you all tonight, but because Pfeiffer's not here, we gotta wait till the next day. So we did have all the processes.
Were
that we
they
go through.
using used materials?
No. You
What
look at
she
the
said,
new, you see all those doors are new if you look at the new
Not
picture.
this other one.
Which one are you
this-
on? What does it say on the front? The first house, second contractor or first contractor?
This one, this is a handwritten, where she wrote out, she also wrote a receipt out to you, Mr. Carpenter, that you gave her $20 back for
the
pop
bottles,
cans?
Yeah, and that was a guy, that was one of the contractors, one of his workers, did take her bottles and we made him pay her back, but they're no longer with us. And see, one of the processes is that contractor we have a training class for lead-based paint. You have to go through the training class before you can work in anybody's house. The state vets all the people. But we didn't get a chance to vet these contractors coming out of this class, and this contractor hired them before we got a chance to like do a background check and all that. So that's why, that was the problem. So we do own that, but we have put in processes to change that.
Any processes are we putting in to make sure this doesn't happen again?
We're gonna make sure that nobody hires anybody straight from class, and that they are gonna be vetted by the police department before. we
By
put
who?
anybody- The police department, like a background check before we
I mean, we
even put them
were
in
getting
the house.
contractors that weren't vetted.
No, the contractors were vetted. These were people the contractors hired out of a
But
class.
that's still their company.
Yes.
Yeah,
they
you
didn't
still
vet 'em.
bear, because I subcontract, and you still make sure, I vetted
Exactly.
everybody.
I do too.
And when you're sending people into people's homes, especially with their children, we have to make sure we don't have pedophiles.
Yes, and that wasn't done by
Yeah.
us. That was a contractor going straight to the class that we taught. We have a state, the MDHSS come in and they teach lead abatement to people. Like, you can join the class, right? And then you get a license. Well, he was taking the people right out of class before we had a chance to do any background checks or anything on them. So that's what happened. And we take ownership for it.
And so you have a process to where that's not gonna happen anymore?
Yes, ma'am.
There was a mention of somebody's garage being torn down, and it wasn't supposed to be torn down?
No, that shit, it was a shed.
It was
And
it was a
and
shed.
It was full of lead. I mean, but it had no roof on it, no
Okay.
door, the hall. So we could, she has kids that play in that background. And once we're contracted to go into those houses, we have to make sure it's all safe. So if we could have left that up and then one of the kids got sick, we in trouble.
So you removed it for that?
Yes,
Well, I'm gonna, and I hate to say that, I'm gonna leave this, sorry I took up so much of the time, and I know it's gonna come back, but when you come back, if you could have, like maybe the pictures, all of them emailed, because Councilman Pfeiffer did wanna go into discussion about it, so that we can look at the pictures and those
We'll put some
pictures.
notes on them too for you. But we
But
didn't
if-
have a chance today because we had just got
Yeah,
a
if
chance
you
to
can
make
get those to us, please, too, I would greatly appreciate it. And I'm gonna yield the floor, sorry, y'all.
Okay.
If you need more time.
Is there anyone who would like to speak to this presentation? We'll go ahead and close it out. If there's no one else who'd like to speak to the presentation, thank you both. Thank you. Moving on to, and I just want to be clear that 260088, Madam Clerk, is staying here per Mr. Pfeiffer's request for when he returns, since we did not do his discussion item. Moving on to discussion item 260090, which is a discussion item for the water testing, a 5-minute discussion item as requested by Second Ward Council Member Lewis concerning water testing within the city. I will go ahead and turn that over to Council Member Lewis.
Thank you. So, Mr. Edwards, so where do we stand in terms of the survey and the testing?
From our last discussion, it was all about finding somebody who would accommodate all of the requests that were made by council. That person has been located, the business is located. What I'm gonna recommend, though, is that representatives, 1 or 2 representatives, council, who are interested in seeing this issue move forward, meet in the mayor's office or in the administration wing. I'll have that person there so that the council members can talk directly about the things or see You don't have to get it secondhand, you can get it firsthand, what they offer, then you can explain all these other caveats that you want, like going to do surveys and all that other kind of stuff. He said that he was open to other options. Of course, this stuff is gonna cost, considerable amount, but that's a discussion that the council persons can have directly with him and get clarity on exactly what it's gonna cost, how much effort. He needs to hear exactly what it is you want done. And so that's what I'm saying. The best way is we can quit this back and forth and just, I can set up the appointment so you can come in, talk directly to him, give him all the particulars, then he can go back and put together a proposal or do whatever is necessary to provide that exact information. That way we don't have to worry about, keep talking about resolutions that outline certain things. You'll have it firsthand, all the information of what the tests are, because the tests are expensive in themselves. Then you want him to do, it was like 2 other things, do the survey and do the collection. So those are all processes you need to explain, and then he can explain what it's going to cost or what it's going to entail. He doesn't know basically either at this point that we were talking about up to 100 different locations. So I don't know what that's gonna take for that particular business to accommodate. He was pretty much the only business that was prepared to do the extras.
Okay, well, thank you so much for that update. Just want to highlight again that we have been seeking this testing for several years, and it started off with 1 block, and now it expanded per the body to 100 homes. And so I wanted to put on the record, and I gave it to every single colleague, why I am pushing this again. So I know he lives in the 2nd ward, but when Mr. Fields came to this, to the meeting, Council Members Murphy and Councilwoman Jerry Winfrey Carter, they put forth a special request to have this carried out. And so hopefully this will be the last leg and we can get this done. But this is why it is very near and dear. So this letter is from Henry Ford Health Systems regarding Mr. Fields, and it says, and I'm not going to read it in its entirety, but it says, to whom it may concern, cultures of his drinking water and kitchen faucet filter and bathtub faucet filter showed strains of Pseudomonas that were identical by molecular typing to the strains causing his infection. It is my impression that Mr. Fields suffered chronic and recurrent infections, which included skin lesions and skin rashes, and infection due to the difficulty to treat the bacteria that was acquired from the water coming into his house, both drinking water and both faucet water, as a result of both the water coming into his house being contaminated and by the use of faucet filters, which were recommended by the health department during the period 2014-2016. The filters were used for lead but supported the growth of bacteria. The Pseudomonas in the water was found in his kitchen faucet during that period, and also his bathroom where a filter was not used. The Pseudomonas strains in his water were identical by strain, typing the organism causing his infection. It is my professional opinion that the exposure to the Flint water both caused and made worse the diagnosed illness he's experienced during the Flint water crisis from 2014 to 2016. So I just wanted to make sure that I put that on the record, because he came to us several years ago for help and for water testing, and he's still been reaching out, and we still have yet to do it. So this is why I am pushing. This comes from his physician at the Henry Ford Health System. So thank you so much, Mr. Edwards, and thank you so much, Madam Chair.
What is your request?
Was that the entire report that Councilwoman Lewis read, or was there more?
No, there's more, but I didn't want to go into other things on his sheet, but those were the things pertinent to this specific water special order.
Thank you.
Yeah, give me a second, because you can't just gloss over that. So I gotta figure out. I am gonna go ahead and just order 7 more minutes so that we can work through the immediate next steps with Mr. Edwards. So, Mr. Edwards, given the discussion that you've had with the company, what is the next step that you need to have happen to move forward?
Who is going to be the point person for the council? The
So we
person
do
that I
have an
need to-
ad hoc committee,
Mhm.
Councilwoman Burns and Vice President Jarrett. That was y'all. Remember, go back and watch. That was y'all.
It was ACO. Yeah, okay.
For just water stuff. Yeah, yeah. And so I would volunteer them first distribute, give them first refusal, and if they should so decline, I would offer Councilwoman Winfrey Carter an opportunity, only because this was something that she initiated. And so if she would like to be one of the people, then I will offer her that opportunity. And if not, I do understand, because I do understand that some of what's happening here is not necessarily people's areas of where they necessarily normally operate. And so I just want to make sure I'm respectful enough to give them an opportunity at first refusal.
Madam Chair,
Yes, sir.
if Councilwoman Winfrey Carter would be so interested, certainly I would.
Madam Chair, I respectfully decline.
And I understand why. You
Thank
don't have to
you.
explain. I understand exactly why, especially given what was read and how that works. So I just wanted to give you an opportunity. No, I understand why. I got you. All right. So what we will do, because you need people to run point, Council Member Lewis has exited her seat.
So shady. She in the back.
Jeez. So you need,
No, Woodson don't need nobody but itself.
I can't appoint a resident.
I know.
I will go ahead and, what exactly do you need the point person to do?
To meet with the company and then share exactly what's the criteria going to be. I mean, there can be a back and forth. They can answer the questions. You'll be hearing it directly from the company as to what the capacity is for fulfilling the requirements, because you had.
And I just work with the administration to do that. We'll have a meeting.
I'm sorry?
I said the person will just work with the administration to do that?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes,
I'm
work directly.
gonna go ahead and appoint the council president and call it a day.
Okay.
Well, you know she ain't going to work with the administration.
I'm the president.
Oh, shit. Everything on here, you be everything.
You know what, Councilwoman Burns, that's your first one, I'm just kidding. Yeah, so I'll go ahead and just appoint the council president. No, you're more than welcome, Council Vice President. And so if that's what we need to do, we will go ahead and set up a meeting, and I will be prepared to report back to my colleagues. All right. If there's anything else, that's it. Just the immediate first step is to meet with the company, correct?
I'm sorry?
We just need to meet with the company.
Yeah.
And you
the
can set that
dia-
up?
I will set up the meeting.
Perfect.
And then, yeah, you can have the dialogue to determine what it is you want to do. All
Perfect.
the specifications.
Okay, sounds good. All right, thank you. Is there anything else for this discussion item? Seeing how there's nothing else for this discussion item, we'll go ahead and close it out. Thank you. There's a motion to adjourn. Is there support? Moved and properly supported by the councilwoman, conveniently. Moved and properly supported by the councilwoman in the 5th Ward. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Hey, Mr. Alamina's not in. Dr. Lewis?
Yes.
Ms. Johnson? Ms. Priestley? Ms. Winfrey Carter?
Yes.
Ms. Burns?
Yes.
Ms. Mashat?
Yes.
Mr. Pfeiffer is not in. Mr. Jarrett?
Yes.
Vote is 7 yes, 0 no.
She be avoiding stuff.
The vote is 7 yes, 0 no.
The vote is 7 yes, 0 no. The time is now 8:04 p.m. on Wednesday, March 18th. I hereby adjourn this Governmental Operations Committee.